any way responsible for the death of the Princess of Wales and two other people. Since the tragic demise of Princess Diana, the world has been acquainted with the close bond she shared with the ill-fated figure beside her, Dodi Fayed. Yet, the true essence of Dodi Fayed remains veiled, a man whose mere mention once sent shivers down his lover's spine. Prior to his entanglement with Diana, Dodi Fayed was promised to another, only to forsake his commitment, leaving her to grapple with the aftermath. The story did not stop there. This love triangle led to a shocking legal battle, severely affecting that girl's life until now. Who is she? Let's explore in this video. Imad al-Din Mohammed Abdelmonem Fayed, more widely known as Dodi, was the son of the wealthy and influential businessman Mohammed al-Fayed. Dodi gained considerable attention for his high-profile lifestyle and romantic involvements, culminating in his relationship with Princess Diana before their tragic deaths in a car crash in 1997. Dodi was often labeled as a playboy, known for his lavish lifestyle and frequent appearances with celebrities. During the 1980s, he had a brief marriage, but it was his relationships with famous women that kept him in the public eye. Among these, his relationship with Princess Diana was the most notable and scrutinized, marking a significant chapter in his life and legacy. However, before his whirlwind romance with Diana, Dodi was engaged to Kelly Fisher, an American model. Their relationship was serious enough that they were reportedly planning a wedding. This engagement placed Fisher in a difficult and highly publicized love triangle. The transition from being engaged to Dodi to being suddenly left for Princess Diana was a dramatic and painful experience for her. The situation was further compounded by the immense media attention that followed every aspect of Diana's life. Fisher's heartbreak was soon overshadowed by the tragic accident that claimed the lives of Dodi and Diana. The crash not only ended their lives, but also thrust Fisher into a complex web of grief and legal battles. She struggled to cope with the emotional turmoil and the relentless media scrutiny that accompanied the events. As Fisher poignantly reflected in an interview with The Sun, "You go in the course of 3 weeks from being engaged to Dodi to being left for the most famous, gorgeous woman in the world, to them all dying." There are a few things we need to know about Kelly Fisher. Firstly, she spent her childhood years between the United States and Canada, an experience that would later enrich her perspective as she pursued a career in modeling. While still in high school, Kelly took her first steps into the modeling world through a local business in Toronto. This initial experience served as the catalyst for her burgeoning career in fashion. Reflecting on this pivotal moment in an interview with Aiken Woman magazine in 2014, Kelly recounted, "I then joined an agency in Toronto that sent my photos to an agency in Paris. Fortunately, they liked me, so I got to go there for 3 months in the summer. This opportunity to work in Paris, a global hub for fashion, was a significant milestone. It provided her with invaluable exposure and experience, setting the stage for her future success." Despite the promising start to her modeling career, Kelly did not abandon her education. She balanced her studies with her work commitments, modeling during the summers while continuing her high school education. After high school, she even managed to complete 2 semesters of college, demonstrating her dedication to her academic pursuits alongside her professional ambitions. Kelly's modeling career flourished as she graced the covers of popular fashion magazines and worked with renowned brands such as Calvin Klein and Victoria's Secret. Her work with these high-profile brands not only elevated her status in the modeling industry, but also showcased her versatility and appeal as a model. Living in Paris, one of the world's fashion capitals, was a significant milestone in Kelly Fisher's modeling career. Paris, with its vibrant fashion scene and endless opportunities, provided her with a platform to showcase her talent on an international stage. However, Paris also became the backdrop for a pivotal personal encounter in Kelly's life. In the summer of 1996, Kelly Fisher met Dodi Fayed in Paris. Their relationship began in July, marking the start of a whirlwind romance that quickly captivated the media. At the time, Dodi was deeply immersed in a variety of business ventures. He was known for his involvement in producing movies, owning a car dealership, and serving on the board of Harrods, the famed London department store owned by his father, Mohammed al-Fayed. Dodi's most notable achievement in the film industry was producing the Oscar-winning movie Chariots of Fire. Despite his professional endeavors, Dodi's lifestyle was largely funded by a generous monthly allowance from his family, reported by Vanity Fair to be $100,000. His extravagant spending habits, however, often led to financial difficulties, including trouble with creditors. Dodi's social life was equally extravagant and widely publicized. He had been linked to several high-profile celebrities, including Daryl Hannah, Julia Roberts, and Winona Ryder. Prior to his relationship with Kelly, he was married to model Suzanne Gregard, although the marriage lasted only 8 months before their divorce in 1987. Dodi's relationship with Kelly Fisher was regarded as his first serious romance in almost a decade. Friends of Dodi, such as Sarah Blackiston, described him as a shy and softly spoken individual, a contrast to his public persona. In an interview with the Daily Mail in 2006, Blackiston remarked, "Dodi was very shy, very quietly spoken. He had been out with a lot of women, and he was very much a slow burner where romance was concerned." Despite his reputation as a slow burner in matters of romance, Dodi Fayed appeared ready to settle down when he met Kelly Fisher. The couple's relationship, which began in July 1996, progressed quickly, and by November of the same year, Dodi had reportedly proposed to Kelly. This engagement was a significant step, demonstrating his commitment to their relationship. They further solidified their bond by purchasing a home together in Malibu, a symbol of their intention to build a future together. However, the promising start of their relationship began to unravel by the summer of 1997. Around this time, Dodi Fayed's life took an unexpected turn when he developed a connection with Princess Diana. According to The Guardian, this new relationship marked the beginning of the end for Dodi and Kelly's engagement. Dodi and Princess Diana had first crossed paths in the 1980s at a polo match, but it wasn't until a decade later that their paths converged again under more intimate circumstances. In the summer of 1997, they both found themselves in the south of France. Mohammed al-Fayed, Dodi's father and a friend of Diana's, had invited her to visit his vacation home in Saint-Tropez. Dodi was also present during this trip, and it was there that sparks began to fly between him and Diana. Unbeknownst to Kelly Fisher, this newfound relationship with Diana quickly intensified. According to Town & Country, upon returning to London, Dodi and Diana continued to see each other, forging a deep connection almost immediately. This burgeoning romance was kept under wraps for several weeks. As Sarah Blackiston, a friend of Dodi's, recalled in an interview with the Daily Mail, Blackiston stated, "Dodi and Diana clicked almost immediately, and she started seeing him when they got back to London. We were all sworn to secrecy, and no one else knew for a month." On August 10, 1997, Kelly Fisher's suspicions about Dodi Fayed's infidelity were confirmed in the most public manner possible. The Sunday Mirror newspaper published a photograph of Dodi kissing Princess Diana, exposing their affair to the world. According to Elle, this revelation came as a shock to Fisher and the public alike, although it was already evident to Fisher that her relationship with Dodi was crumbling. Originally, Kelly Fisher and Dodi Fayed had planned to marry on August 9, 1997. However, their engagement had been called off days before the incriminating photograph was released. A fortunate timing that spared Fisher from an even greater public humiliation on what was supposed to be her wedding day. The chaotic period leading up to the breakup was marked by Dodi's clandestine involvement with both women. As Sarah Blackiston told the Daily Mail, Dodi was juggling his time between Fisher and Diana while they were all in Saint-Tropez. Dodi had Diana in the boat and Kelly in the villa, or vice versa. For someone who was renowned for daydreaming, it was some feat, flitting back and forth with neither woman knowing. This double life highlighted Dodi's complex and secretive nature, managing to keep both relationships hidden from each other for a time. Fisher's attempts to reach out to Dodi after suspecting his affair with Diana were met with silence. Dodi ignored her calls, leaving her in a state of confusion and distress. When they finally did connect over the phone, the conversation underscored the stark difference in their perceptions of their relationship. According to a transcript obtained by ABC News, Fisher expressed her anguish and confusion, saying, I don't understand how one day we're in love and then, why are you doing this to me? Dodi's response was dismissive and cold. Will you stop it? We broke up, Kelly. He further accused Fisher of being hysterical, demonstrating a lack of empathy for her emotional state. Dodi Fayed's father, billionaire Mohammed al-Fayed, played a significant role in the narrative surrounding Dodi's relationships, particularly his engagement to Kelly Fisher. Mohammed al-Fayed publicly denied that Dodi was ever engaged to Fisher, a stance likely influenced by his preference for Dodi's relationship with Princess Diana. Mohammed's support for the relationship with Diana was rooted in her status as a former member of the British royal family, which added a layer of prestige and influence. Sarah Blackiston, a friend of Dodi's, explained to the Daily Mail in 2006 that Mohammed al-Fayed typically showed little interest in Dodi's romantic relationships. However, this dynamic shifted when Diana entered the picture. Historically, Mohammed kept a tight leash on Dodi financially, ensuring that his son remained dependent on him for money. This financial control meant that Dodi frequently had to ask his father for funds, preventing him from achieving true independence. The situation changed dramatically when Diana became involved with Dodi. Mohammed al-Fayed began to support the relationship actively, providing Dodi with the financial means to lavish Diana with extravagant gifts. Blackiston recounted how Mohammed gave Dodi money specifically to ensure that Diana received opulent presents, marking a significant departure from his usual financial restraint with his son. This shift suggested a strategic move by Mohammed to encourage and sustain Dodi's relationship with Diana. Despite Mohammed al-Fayed's denial, Kelly Fisher maintained that she and Dodi were indeed engaged. She had a sapphire and diamond ring that is tangible proof of their engagement, underscoring the seriousness of their relationship. According to People, their relationship was so serious at one point that Dodi asked Fisher to scale back her modeling career to spend more time with him. He even offered her $500,000 in compensation for this sacrifice, indicating his desire for a committed partnership. Fisher believed she was still in a committed relationship with Dodi throughout much of the summer of 1997. They had bought a home together in Malibu and spent time vacationing in Saint-Tropez. Ironically, it was in Saint-Tropez where Dodi's connection with Princess Diana deepened, leading to the affair that would eventually unravel his engagement with Fisher. The combination of the Sunday Mirror photograph revealing Dodi Fayed kissing Princess Diana and Dodi's subsequent standoffish attitude drove Kelly Fisher to take drastic legal action against her former fiancé. Feeling betrayed and seeking justice, Fisher enlisted the help of celebrity attorney Gloria Allred, a move that thrust her even further into the public eye. On August 14, 1997, Kelly Fisher and Gloria Allred held a highly publicized press conference to address the situation. During this event, Allred announced that Fisher was filing a breach of contract lawsuit against Fayed in California, the same state where the couple had purchased a home together. According to Harper's Bazaar, Fisher's lawsuit claimed that Dodi had promised her a significant sum of money, $500,000, as compensation for scaling back her modeling career to be with him, a promise he failed to fulfill. At the press conference, Allred stated that Fayed had threw Fisher's love away in a callous way, with no regard for her whatsoever. Fisher was deeply hurt, not only by Fayed's infidelity, but also by the manner in which she discovered it. To compound matters, Miss Fisher learned about Mr. Fayed's betrayal, not from Mr. Fayed, but instead from the kiss photo that was published and circulated around the world, to Miss Fisher's utter dismay, shock, and shame. Allred elaborated, as reported by The Independent. Fisher's legal action was motivated by a combination of emotional distress and financial considerations. She sought to hold Fayed accountable for breaking his promises and for the public humiliation she endured. The press conference and lawsuit highlighted the emotional turmoil Fisher experienced and her determination to seek justice in a very public forum. However, the lawsuit against Fayed never fully materialized. Just a couple of weeks later, on August 31, 1997, Dodi Fayed and Princess Diana were tragically killed in a car crash in Paris. The crash occurred in the early morning hours, as Fayed and Diana were attempting to escape aggressive paparazzi after leaving the Ritz Hotel. Their driver, Henry Paul, was speeding and later found to be intoxicated, which contributed to the fatal accident inside the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. After the car crash on August 31, 1997, Princess Diana was rushed to a Parisian hospital, where she later succumbed to her injuries. Her death sent shockwaves around the globe, becoming one of the decade's most tragic and widely covered stories. At the scene of the crash inside the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, Dodi Fayed and the driver, Henry Paul, were pronounced dead. The sole survivor of the accident was bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones, who sustained severe injuries. For Kelly Fisher, the period following the crash was marked by profound emotional turmoil. She was already grappling with the pain of a broken engagement and public betrayal when the sudden death of her ex-fiancé added another layer of grief. Fisher was thrust into mourning for a man she had loved deeply, despite the complexities and recent breakdown of their relationship. In the immediate aftermath of the tragedy, Kelly Fisher, through her attorney Gloria Allred, issued a statement expressing her devastation. Allred conveyed Fisher's sentiments, saying, "Kelly loved Dodi very much, and she is devastated by his loss and that of Princess Diana. Nothing is more important than the life of a human being, and in the light of this enormous tragedy, Kelly forgives Dodi for all of his past injustices against her." This statement highlighted Fisher's capacity for forgiveness, emphasizing the profound impact of the loss over the grievances she had previously harbored. Years later, reflecting on that difficult period, Fisher opened up about her emotions in an interview with The Sun. She recounted the deep heartbreak she felt upon seeing the photographs of Diana and Dodi together. However, the most overwhelming pain came with Dodi's death. "I was heartbroken to see the pictures of Diana and Dodi together, but the most heartbroken I ever was when he died. That was too much for me. It was incredibly difficult," Fisher revealed. This statement underscored the depth of her sorrow, and demonstrating that despite the betrayal, her love for Dodi was genuine and enduring. After the tragic deaths of Dodi Fayed and Princess Diana, Kelly Fisher made the decision to drop the breach of contract lawsuit she had filed against Fayed. The emotional weight of the tragedy played a significant role in her choice. According to People, Fisher's attorney, Gloria Allred, released a statement explaining the rationale behind this decision. "Out of respect for the tragedy and tremendous loss the Fayed family has suffered, she, Fisher, has authorized me as her attorney to dismiss her lawsuit against Mr. Fayed." Allred further noted that while Fisher had the legal right to pursue the lawsuit against Fayed's estate, she chose not to exercise that right, demonstrating a compassionate and respectful response to the situation. The Seattle Times reported that Fisher retained the engagement ring Fayed had given her, an item valued at approximately $233,000. This ring, a symbol of their relationship, served as a poignant reminder of the complex and tumultuous time she had spent with Dodi. Fayed's funeral was held on September 1, 1997, just one day after the car crash that took his and Diana's lives. Given the short notice, Fisher was unable to travel from California to London to attend the funeral. The rapid arrangements left her without the opportunity to participate in the formal farewell. Princess Diana's funeral followed a few days later on September 6, 1997. The global outpouring of grief was immense, and the ceremony was watched by millions around the world. The public mourning for Diana, coupled with the intimate sorrow Fisher felt for Dodi, created a poignant and overwhelming period of reflection and mourning. In 2008, the Diana Inquest, a high-profile investigation into the tragic deaths of Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed, concluded in court. The inquest meticulously examined the circumstances surrounding the fatal car crash, ultimately attributing the cause to a combination of factors: the reckless actions of the paparazzi, the excessive speed of the vehicle, and the intoxication of their driver, Henry Paul. According to The Guardian, the jury heard testimony from 278 individuals, including Kelly Fisher. During the inquest, Kelly Fisher was given the opportunity to share her side of the story. Her testimony provided crucial insights into the events leading up to the tragedy, as well as her personal interactions with Dodi Fayed and his father, Mohammed al-Fayed. According to Vanity Fair, Mohammed al-Fayed, who had a significant influence over the proceedings, continued to be disrespectful towards Fisher, dismissing her as a gold digger during his testimony. Fisher recounted a particularly painful conversation she had with Mohammed al-Fayed about his son and Princess Diana. According to The Guardian, she described this interaction as horrible, due to the disparaging remarks he made about her. She felt belittled and demeaned by his comments. Fisher also revealed that Mohammed al-Fayed insisted that she and Dodi had not been together for months, a claim that made her question her own memories and experiences. Feeling disoriented and invalidated, Fisher shared, "He told me, if I wanted, he would get me a psychiatrist, which was really nice." This remark was laden with irony, highlighting the emotional manipulation she felt subjected to. The inquest also delved into the nature of Fisher's relationship with Dodi Fayed. When asked about their engagement, Fisher became emotional. She expressed the humiliation of having to publicly defend the authenticity of her relationship with Dodi. "It's just quite humiliating to sit here and try to prove to people that someone wanted to marry you. You know," she said. Her emotional response underscored the personal pain and public scrutiny she endured during the inquest. Since the highly publicized events surrounding her broken engagement and the subsequent inquest, Kelly Fisher has made significant strides in rebuilding her life while maintaining a low profile. Transitioning away from the tumultuous world of high-profile relationships, Fisher shifted her focus to a new career path in property development. Her journey led her to find love and stability with Mikhail Movshina, a pilot originally from Russia, whom she met in the Central Republic of Africa in 2007. Following their meeting, Fisher and Movshina embarked on a journey together, eventually settling down in Aiken, South Carolina. Embracing the serene charm of small-town life, Fisher expressed her deep appreciation for the sense of community she found in Aiken. In an interview with Aiken Woman, she shared, "We have truly fallen in love with the small-town life. I have never felt the sense of community in all my travels that is as strong as it is right here in Aiken." This newfound sense of belonging provided Fisher with the stability and peace she had long sought. In 2011, Fisher's life took another profound turn when she and Movshina welcomed their daughter, Alexandra Grace, into the world. Becoming a mother marked a joyous milestone for Fisher, bringing a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment to her life. Despite the challenges she had faced in the past, the arrival of Alexandra Grace brought immeasurable happiness and meaning to Fisher's journey. Reflecting on her own experiences of loss and motherhood, Fisher expressed empathy for Princess Diana's children, William and Harry. In an interview with The Sun, she shared her heartfelt sentiments, saying, "I have a daughter now, and cannot imagine what would have happened if I was suddenly gone. I can't imagine what those boys must have felt." Fisher's ability to empathize with the grief of others, even amidst her own personal journey of healing and growth, speaks to her resilience and compassion. Despite keeping a low profile in recent years, has found herself thrust back into the spotlight due to renewed interest in her life, particularly her relationship with Dodi Fayed, Princess Diana's former love interest. This resurgence of attention can be attributed to the popular Netflix series The Crown, which delves into royal family events from the 1990s and early 2000s, including Diana's tumultuous divorce from Prince Charles and her brief romance with Fayed. In the upcoming seasons of The Crown, Fisher's role in the narrative is explored, bringing her story to a wider audience. Welsh actor Aaron Richards portrays Fisher on the show, adding a layer of authenticity to the character. Richards, known for her roles in television series such as Breaking In and Gotham, brings depth and nuance to Fisher's character, capturing the complexities of her relationship with Fayed amidst the backdrop of royal intrigue. While The Crown is inspired by real events, it also takes creative liberties in its storytelling. In one scene from Season 5, the fictional version of Mohammed al-Fayed, portrayed by Salim Dow, expresses disapproval of his son's relationship with Fisher, played by Khalid Abdallah. "The one area where I think he might still hit the jackpot," he remarks, "and you bring home a swimwear model, expecting it to make me happy." This fictionalized portrayal reflects the tension and disapproval Fisher faced from the Fayed family, echoing the real-life dynamics that characterize their relationship. Despite the dramatic retelling of events in The Crown, Fisher's true story remains shrouded in mystery. The series offers a glimpse into the complexities of her relationship with Dodi Fayed and the challenges she faced in navigating the intricacies of royal circles. Fisher's resilience and determination to move forward with her life are evident as she has found happiness and fulfillment in her suburban life in South Carolina with her husband and daughter. In this sense, Fisher may have indeed hit her own jackpot, finding solace and contentment in the quiet joys of family and community, far removed from the glare of the public eye. What do you think about the fate of the woman engaged to Dodi Fayed? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.